This week in East Brunswick, a main topic of controversy was this old farmhouse, which is located at the entrance to the Middlesex County Fairgrounds. The structure was built during the 1860s by Charles Whitehead, a prominent area businessman. The future of the building is being considered by the Township Council. The Fair Association, which has no further use for the house, is seeking permission to demolish it. The Historic Preservation Commission has blocked the demolition by developing an alternative use for the farmhouse. This plan involves the East Brunswick Lions Club, which has volunteered to renovate the house at no expense to the Fair Association. The Historic Preservation Commission actively supports the preservation of the site because of its historical and architectural significance to the community. East Brunswick was once a rural farming town. The Commission feels that this house could serve as a community focal point, its traditional large windows and peaked roof helping to keep residents in touch with their past. The East Brunswick High School and Junior High Schools held their annual art exhibition at the Brunswick Square Mall last week. The exhibition consisted of demonstrations by the various student artists and the sale of their works. Over 1,000 items, most of them ceramics, were offered for sale. All of the funds raised by the sale went into the Art Scholarship Fund. Many interested shoppers took a break from their business to browse through the displays. The Potter's Wheel demonstrations were a particular point of interest. All in all, the day was quite a success. The mall provided the ideal atmosphere for both the young exhibitors and the large viewing public. East Brunswick High School held a two-day spring college conference this Wednesday and Thursday for college-bound juniors and their parents. The theme of the conference was, "Need some questions answered about college?" Its goal was to help students to select colleges more intelligently. The School Guidance Department, which organized the program, is concerned that students be prepared for the changes which have been occurring in the college environment, both in admissions policy and curricula. They feel that adequate planning now will help students to find the right college and avoid the possibly unpleasant experiences of dropping out or transferring. A series of seminars including The College Looks at the Candidate, Financial Aid Procedures, What College Catalogs Don't Tell You, and The Greening of the Application, which offered tips on completing college applications, were given for young people and their parents. The representatives from 42 college admission offices participated in the seminar and toured the school's facilities, visiting with teachers and students. The program will culminate with College Career Night 1982 at the high school cafeteria this evening, Thursday, May 13th, at 7:30 p.m. This past Saturday, the East Brunswick Soccer Club held a day of games at Bicentennial Park. Events challenged players in kicking, on goal, passing, and heading the ball. A mini soccer game pitted the children against their parents. The high point of the day was the Boys Division C All-Star Game. Here are some excerpts from the game.
Hello, and welcome once again to the Consumer Affairs Show. I am Mary Tenaccio, and today I am here to disseminate some information in two areas that the Attorney General and the Federal Trade Commission feel are important for our consumers to be aware of. The Federal Trade Commission has asked us to disseminate the information to prevent injury to consumers who may travel to Alaska, especially this summer, for employment on the Alaskan pipeline. Construction has not been started in Alaska, contrary to advertisements, and the governor of Alaska has announced that there are very few jobs and unemployment is extremely high. Please be aware that the advertisements of employment on the Alaskan gas pipeline is false and misleading, and this also includes the summer employment that is being advertised. The other note that I have from our Attorney General, and I'm sure most of you, by the time you see this program, will have read it in the paper. The State Attorney General and the Division of Consumer Affairs filed complaints against 8 Pocono real estate firms based in Monroe County and Pennsylvania. These firms offer time-sharing vacation plans that lure potential customers into sales programs by misleading them into believing they have won prizes. It is illegal in our state and most of the states to offer a prize and then tell someone they must do something in order to get the prize. We ask you to be aware of these promotions. We ask you to call our office or other county offices to check out before you go and see any of these. In many cases, it is waste of time and waste of effort. Thank you again, and hope to see you next week.
At this week's council meeting, Mayor William Fox read several proclamations and presented awards to a few local citizens.
Now therefore be it resolved that I, William F. Fox, Mayor of the Township of East Brunswick, hereby proclaim May 9th through May 15th, 1982, Historic Preservation Week in East Brunswick, and I urge the residents to support historic preservation in our community.
Thank you very much.
Now therefore be it resolved that I, William F. Fox, Mayor of the Township of East Brunswick, do hereby proclaim the month of May Older Americans Month in the Township of East Brunswick, and do call upon all citizens to join in these efforts, thus guaranteeing a true and meaningful partnership for, by, and with our older Americans.
Thank you.
Take that to the Senate.
Thank you very much.
Whereas municipal government has grown in responsibility and importance with the emphasis on local initiative and the democratic process, and whereas the municipal clerk serves as the communications link between the public and their municipal government, giving them access to information which is vital to their participation, and whereas the municipal clerk provides a direct link between past and present, preserving valuable records for posterity while implementing decisions of the legislative body, always looking to the future. And whereas the municipal clerk strives diligently to find better and more efficient ways to perform these critical functions, staying abreast of technological advances in today's modern world through professional education and training. And whereas it is appropriate that each year we recognize the accomplishments of the municipal clerk who preserves the past with an eye always on the future of our democratic process. Now therefore be it resolved that I, William F. Fox, Mayor of the Township of East Brunswick, in recognition thereof, do hereby proclaim the week of May 10th through 15th, 1982 to be Municipal Clerks Week, in full recognition of the municipal clerk's outstanding contribution and dedication to public service for the community.
The main topic of discussion during the meeting was the old farmhouse on the Middlesex County Fairgrounds, which was shown earlier in this program.
If the Historic District Commission cannot develop a preservation plan that is acceptable not that they've developed one, but one that's acceptable to the owner. What is the owner's right if they don't agree with the plan that the Historic District Commission comes up with?
I think you have to assume reasonably acceptable. In other words, if a plan is unduly burdensome and costly to an owner based upon the value of the property, you have to make a judgment just from a reasonable view of things. The standards are not set forth exactly as to what is or is not reasonable. And so I guess you have to perhaps hear from the Fair Association, from the HPC, to find out what conditions were imposed, because you still haven't really heard that.
The council is waiting for more information before making the final decision about the fate of the house. Later, council members passed a revised air pollution code for the township.
East Brunswick or any municipality has the right to adopt an ordinance that is stricter than the state laws regarding air quality, provided that the DEP approves of such an ordinance. So that we publish this on first reading and held up the public hearing until we got some kind of reply back from the Department of Environmental Protection. We have not received such and response from the Department of Environmental Protection, and in our agenda meeting last week, we decided to go ahead with the public hearing and perhaps adopt the ordinance to give incentive to DEP to reply. However, the ordinance could not go into effect until we did receive approval from the DEP. So with this background, I'll open up to the public. Is there anyone in the public who would like to speak to this ordinance on air quality? Yes, sir.
Joseph Magic, Chairman of our rate. Membership of our rate would just like to express that they feel this is a good ordinance. They're supporting the ordinance, they support the town council, and they hope that you pass it on second and final reading tonight.